Peace, peace, peace. You see dead people, I see divergences. We are not the same. Confluence is king. Let's see if we can find it. I made this one at midnight, so I called it midnight. Bitcoin, May 20th, Wednesday, I think, have this rising channel, aka possible bear flag at the 200. Bearish divergence, RSI and MACD. Pretty strong indication of downside. We have this rising channel, and we have gotten below the heart line. You know, it's a possible heart line, bro. Sir, I drew a line. I don't know why the price didn't react to it. In that case, you could just go like this, and it'll just go up only. It's TA, bro. Don't get mad. I'm expecting 74. All these orange lines here. What are they? Look left. Bam. Bam. Anything could happen, you know. Mr. T could come out and say that, you know, Bitcoin is going to be the new world reserve currency. I mean, we don't fucking know what's going to happen. It's just analysis. Don't get mad. I expect more downside every single cycle so far in Bitcoin's history has retraced to the 786, 886 fib. I did it in the last video. We'll do it again right now. How do you get them? I'll show you how we get them. You take your fib tool. You go from the low to the high. Bam. So from here to here was a 786 to an 886, which is a 78.6 to an 88.6% retrace from here to here. Deep value. Let's go to the next cycle. You have your low. You have your high. So you will take your fib tool, go from the low to the high. Bam. Bam. From there to there was about a 78, 88% retrace from the low to the high. That was when we bottomed in COVID. No, that was December 18, 19 at 3K. COVID was, I hate that fucking word. The C word, the new C word. That was right here. Yeah, about 4K, 3K, whatever, bro. Nobody's listening. Next cycle would be the one we are in now. The F. Bam. So, from your low to your high, you take your fib tool. You go from your low to your high. I'm actually going to move that for you so you can see it a little better. Bam. You got your low, your high, and we are retracing. So far, you know, we made a pretty much a perfect bounce off the 618, 61.8% retrace from the low to the high. Bam. However, every cycle before has returned to the 786, 886, which is why I have this orange zone marked. That would be anywhere from 28 to 40. Some people are calling for 50. All right. you know? If it went to 50 and it didn't go to 40, I mean, nothing is perfect. Why is it a word? I don't know. Here's your ether, bro. Let's go to the daily. I mean, I don't know, dude. That 9 is now becoming resistance. In a strong uptrend, the 9 can be great for support. You know, like look here. Just look at it. It rides the 9 up. Okay, it lost it, but it reclaimed it. As soon as it gets back above it, it goes. But, you know, the 9 is like swing trading. You could use it on any time frame, you know. Let's go to the 30-minute on Ethereum. You know, you can use it. See how it just rides it? You know, short-term traders, long-term traders, they use it. Some say the 8, some say the 9. I mean, whatever, bro. Nobody cares. But, you know, if Bitcoin rolls over, the whole market's going to roll over. Let's look at this support. $2,105 guy. Bam. Let's make it white. We'll just look. Bam. Let's go to 3-day maybe. I mean, it's a whole inflection zone. Nothing really special except for some bounces, you know, in this area here. Cool. I mean, you got a perfect touch there. Almost perfect, because nothing is perfect. Remember that. I don't know, bro. Have fun with your crypto. Have fun with your Bitcoin. But in my opinion, Ethereum does look a little better. We'll see what happens. At least it's a productive asset. That's why I like Ethereum. What else? What else? Go to Monero, bro. I mean, that 200 could be resistance for now, but got rejected here again. 420, baby. I did that on purpose. See how it broke it? And it lost it. And then it reconfirmed it as resistance. It's a bad sign. Until 420 gets broken, tested as support, and you get some follow through, then you could probably be confident in some upside. But for now, I don't know, man. Bitcoin looking, you know, very obviously bearish. Lower highs, lower lows. Bam. You know, you have a high, a low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Possible lower high. I mean, you could come all the way up to 95K and still make a lower high than this right here. We're in a downtrend. Sure, it could go up. It's just stablecoin dominance. Still in a falling wedge with a 68% chance of a break to the upside. You see that retest and some follow through. Market's gonna get wrecked. Crypto market gets wrecked. I believe last video a couple days ago I spoke of some bullish divergence at the bottom of a falling wedge. But then when you go to totalitarian, you have bearish divergence at the top of a rising wedge, which has a 68% chance of a break to the downside. Okay? Rising wedge, falling wedge, 68% chance of a break in the other direction. It still could break to the upside. And when that happens, parabolic moves usually follow. So if you see a break of this rising wedge and a retest and then some follow through, I mean, the crypto market could run hard. But right now you have a rising wedge, bearish divergence, possible bear flag, just like Bitcoin. You you got your low, your high, lower high, your high, your lower low, a possible lower high. I mean, lower low. When lower low, bro? I don't know that it's gonna happen. Actually, it looks like it's going up. Oh my God, FOMO. All right, let's move on. DXY. Still have a possible double bottom. I was speaking of some possible Wyckoff accumulation on the DXY. I don't know, bro. Kind of looks good. You know, like look. Bam. Bam. Spring. Your spring and your back test. I mean, looks pretty good. I'm gonna leave it up there like Sidney Dean. Just gonna leave it up there. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's just analysis. Here's your S&P futures. We are below that 9. See how we rode the 9? Once we got above it, we rode that 9 all the way up. And now we lost it, and it's possibly resistance. We would need to see a break of 74.66, which is the 1618 fib extension. Nasty Nas breaking the 9 now. The Iran news got us some downside. Now we are breaking above it. Maybe we'll come back down and touch it and go. I don't know, yo. I'm just a bro from M-Town. Oil dumping. We have a symmetrical triangle. 50-50 shot. This thing breaks to the downside, markets are gonna go up. The confluence could be oil, DXY going down. The rest of the markets go up. When your dollar gets stronger, assets reprice to the downside because your dollar is going up. When the dollar goes down, it happens the other way. Lately, correlation between oil and markets has been pretty good, but you know, it's just a symmetrical triangle. So, you know, your high, your low, your lower high, higher low, lower high, possible higher low. It's going to be in the apex of this triangle, and eventually it's going to go boom or boom. We'll have to look on the 4 hour, maybe see some divergence. I don't know. But look at that reaction. Right at the line. Sir, I drew a line. I don't know why the price didn't react. What else? What else? Russell futures. I mean, look at that. Yesterday, you got a candle close above old all-time highs. Old ones, not the new one, the old one. You actually got some follow-through. Now we got to break that 9, which is confluent with the 1272. Got to pull back at the 1414. My old mentor used to say, always assume the price action stays inside the channel or the pattern until it doesn't. All right, maybe that heart line's gonna hold. Can't go up forever. Here's the Dow futures. I mean, reclaiming 50K would be lovely. That's for sure. You had a breakdown and a possible retest right here, but you didn't get any follow through. So if this thing breaks back in the pattern, could be some upside. You would expect 50,000, 517 point tree. What else? I don't know. Let's go to the metals. Getting some love today. Well, so you have some resistance here, turned into some support. Again, it's not perfect. But if this candle closes the way it is, this could be possible bearish, bullish divergence. Let's take a look on the RSI. Yeah, I mean, you could have some possible bullish divergence. So close, yet so far away. I will not sing it. You know, if we get some more downside in gold, I would look for 43.8176 and the 200. I mean, that 200 looks nice. Getting some bullish divergence near the 200. Something to consider. Silva, Terry Silva, such a mean man, making Daniel LaRusso do things he did not want to do. You got some possible support here, so you know, you start to lose 70 bucks, I would be a little concerned. Would look down here for 64. Shout out to the Beatles fans. Rising, broadening wedge, maybe. Remember, always assume it stays inside the pattern until it doesn't. Could see a breakdown and a retest. It could go back to go to the top, you know. If it holds, I mean, I'd be looking for 89.69. Literally, bro. Palladium. Might have a confirmation here. Looks like we need a little bit of a line here too. Some support, kid. Kind of a zone, you know. I don't know. Still making lower highs. Need to see it make a higher high. Bam, bam, bam. What? We're gonna come up here and touch the 200 and then make a lower low. I don't know, bro. Platinum riding the 200. Hard to tell what's gonna happen when the A team is tweeting shit. And even good news doesn't make the market go up immediately. Bad news, good news. I mean, who cares? What does it all mean anyway? Just be happy, be grateful. Why do I have 630 marked? Oh, is it a fib extension, bro? Probably. I don't even care. Copper lost the 9. See that fake out? You know, like, oh my god, copper's breaking out to all-time high. No, it's not. Just kidding. With bearish divergence. Learn these. See the top left, bearish, regular divergence. You have a low. I'm sorry. You have a high and a higher high. And on the indicator, you have a high and a lower high. They're pointing away from each other. It's Class A regular bearish divergence. At a top, at a possible resistance. I mean, this was probably a liquidity hunt, you know. Everybody's like, oh my god, it's gonna pull back. Put your stop loss right here in case it starts to break out. And then it goes and gets your stop loss, and then your trade would have played out. You know, It's a liquidity hunt. Bots know where your stop losses is, where they's is. They know where you're putting your stop losses. Of course they do. That's probably a, what? Shooting star or something. Be right back. I'll find out. Looks more like an evening star, possible evening star. You know, you look for these, like, sure, you could see the same candles everywhere, you know what I mean? But you're looking for these types of things at support, at resistance. I can tell you a story. I can tell you what possibly will happen. Gold to Bitcoin. I mean, this is TA respect 101. I love TA because of this. This is why I love TA. I love TA because of this. Gold priced in Satoshis was showing a possible head and shoulders pattern, and it broke down and bearishly retested. And there was a gap down here. Now remember, there are no US dollars. This is gold priced in Bitcoin, in Satoshis. And there was a gap, which was confluent with the measured move of the structure above. You measure from the neckline to the top of the head, and you take it and you put it down here. That's your measured move. It's not perfect. TA is not perfect. It works though. It gets respected. And I was calling for a gap fill a long time ago, and look at where it got to, and it caught a reaction. I mean, this is like, you could take TA, use technical analysis, and chart any asset against any asset, priced in any asset. It gets respected. Just does. It's fascinating. Could it go lower? Sure. And when it started to bounce, gold started to get some love and Bitcoin was going down. So for the last, couple 2, 3, 5 days, what the F? That's what I was trying to do. Like 11 days, 12 days. Gold has been outpacing Bitcoin. Outperforming Bitcoin. It's just TA. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if we went down to the 200 and bounced, but it's very elevated. If you were watching my videos, probably not. We were looking at this down here, where it reversed in the past. Gold against Bitcoin. There are no US dollars involved in this chart. Patterns still work. Patterns still play out. Moving averages still get respected. I mean, look at how it respected the 9 all the way down right here. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, we might be getting above it. Gold might see some love against Bitcoin. Here's silver to Bitcoin. If you were watching my videos, you probably weren't. It's okay. I was calling out bearish divergence where it looked like silver priced in Satoshis was gonna go down. Therefore, Bitcoin was going to outperform silver. Well, it did. And then it lost support. Bearish retest. We might just got a confirmation there, but we're bouncing off the same spot. Support also. We were looking at it down here. PLG. Well, that would have got stopped out. It's okay. I think that was over here though. I think none of this was here. And it was like, well, you could take a shot there, but This market's hard to trade right now. Death by 1,000 cuts is real. You know, if you overtrade, you can lose money. Little bit, little bit, little bit, little bit, little bit. Next thing you know, you're like, damn, dude, where'd all my money go? I wouldn't know nothing about that. Well, critical metals, I mean, it's got a nice possible retest right now. Whoop. Nice possible retest on the 200. Damn. Still got a gap lower. Getting a reaction, but you know, that 9, scary. Oh my god, nobody cares. What else? What else can we look at? TPET, petroleum. I mean, I took a shot on this the other day. You know, you look at this little spot here. We bounced because oil skyrocketed, and you know, it went from 38 cents to 250. So, you know, here we are again. You are catching bids, you know, clearly the price is bouncing. Sir, I drew a line. But under, you know, 35 cents, dude, you really wouldn't want anything to do with this. If oil skyrockets, this probably will too. If oil dumps, this probably will too. Oil needs to make up its mind. It's been in this pattern since April 7th. So almost a month and a half we have been in this pattern. So the measured move is probably pretty big. You go from the top to the bottom, and it would be bam or bam. That's if it breaks out ever. It's kind of confluent with some support from before in history. Is it confluent with resistance? It would take it to look at that. I mean, what do you want? What do you want? So, should watch a breakout of oil. If this breaks out to the upside and retests, the measured move is confluent with an old all-time high. From 2008. Or if it breaks to the downside, it's confluent with support from recent history. There is a gap lower. We will see what happens. We're going to be here. It's not like I sit and stare at charts all day, bro. I like to make music. I have a Substack. I'm an uncertified technical analyst from YouTube University. Self-taught 5-year knowledge in technical analysis and DeFi. Self-taught 25 years of music. NFA, not fade away, obviously. Not financial advice. Jive, strive, stay alive, and offer them some meat. This is all for educational purposes only. Anyways, if you find value in my analysis, I really appreciate you tuning in and dealing with my dry humor and my sarcasm. Oh my God, nobody cares. I hope you have the most peaceful day ever. Peace, love, and llama.